Going through social media, guys, I'm looking at the rate at which people have become so weak that they're looking for excuses every now and then to just not fight for their relationships. And I'm not talking about just these mere funny relationships that people have that have to do with the exchange of and money and just looking for companionship and stuff. I'm talking about relationships, serious relationships like marriages, and how people have just taken these relationships for granted and talking about how they've just exalted divorce. This is 3 a.m. I can't sleep, guys. I'm thinking about how normal this thing has become. I'm going through social media and people are just exalting this separation thing, exalting this divorce thing. And now it's so fashionable that anything that happens in a relationship, every little challenge that happens in a relationship, especially a marriage, is now referred to as toxic. No, he's just a toxic person. No, she's just a toxic person. No, I can't take this. No, I can't take that. And the problem that is there is that they're finding their comfort in the presence of other miserable people who keep encouraging them. It's okay to divorce. Look at how people are killing each other. Look at what's happening. Look at what's going on. When it becomes toxic, walk away. What exactly is toxicity? What exactly does it mean when you keep insisting? Because every time you have a little difference with someone, every time you have a little difference with your partner, they are toxic. Every time something happens, they are toxic. Where on earth did you find a relationship that did not have challenges? Where on earth did you find a relationship where people did not knock each other off? As long as you're together, you're gonna have these squabbles every now and then. But every little thing, and get me very clearly, I'm not supporting toxicity and I'm not supporting any toxic relationship. But what exactly is it? Because you have exalted this word so much that even just an argument that you have with your partner over a meal and an argument that you have with your partner over finances and over something else is gonna lead to divorce. It's going to lead to a separation because that's the easy way out. I can't take this. She can't treat me like that. He can't talk to me like that. He can't. Those are the little things that you are leaving relationships for. It's very sad that people have become so weak now. Do you think that the past generations didn't go through such kind of things? Do you think that the past generations didn't experience these things in the past? People are not killing each other because they didn't walk away from toxicity. People are killing each other because they think it's okay for them to go out there, do certain things and come back home and behave like everything is fine. People are killing each other because they think it's okay to lose morals and just behave whichever way you want to behave. People are killing each other because they have come to this notion that you are exalting, that it's okay to be in a relationship, especially a marriage kind of setup, and still be independent of the decisions of your spouse, of the concerns of your spouse. You think you can still be in a relationship and still act single. And this is the reason why you're coming up with all this toxicity thing. Hey, it's okay. When it becomes toxic, just walk away. When it becomes toxic, just walk away. And this is why most of you are lonely. You are saying that you are alone and you're better off alone, but you're lonely. You are in those beds. You know that you are busy touching yourselves because you're looking for a partner. But you come up on social media and behave like everything is fine. Every day you're crying about somebody that you want. You're regretting the decision that you make. But when you see somebody post something useless and talks about walking away from toxicity, doing this, whatever, you find comfort in that even when you know that you're hurting. Who told you that in a relationship you're always going to be happy? Who told you that in a marriage you're always going to be happy? Who told you that in a marriage you're always going to have your way? Who put that into you? Where did you get that concept? Do you think the previous relationships, our parents before them, do you think that they had it easy? But most of them kept their relationships and kept their marriages more than this generation. You know why? Because this generation wants to modernize everything. This generation is talking about equal rights. This generation is talking about feminism. This generation is talking about masculinity. Those are the things that you're focused on. You don't even understand what the institution of marriage is all about. And so now you want to make it sound like it's better for you to divorce. It's better for you to walk away. Every little thing you walk away. Most of the people that talk about toxicity and whatever, when you ask them what exactly it was, they'll tell you, no, it's because of the way she was talking to me. She didn't talk to me with respect. It's the way he was handling me. I have always said it, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to base it on that again. The only thing that guarantees divorce is unfaithfulness and disrespect. You can't come and talk about toxicity because you had a difference and somebody didn't always give you their way. You can't come and talk about toxicity because you didn't do what you wanted to do. You can't come and talk about toxicity because your brother has had a difference with your wife, because your wife had a difference with your sister, because your family members are having squabbles with your spouse, and now you want to call this toxicity. No, you need to know your boundaries. You need to know what you are in a relationship for. You need to know what you are in a marriage for. Marriage is sanctified. It's not something that you are going to be telling people to always get out of it as long as you have a challenge. Every little thing that happens, you tell people to walk away. Every little thing that happens in marriage, no, you just gotta walk. He can't be treating you like that. She can't be talking to you like that. That's not how you relate in marriage. And most of the people that are telling people to walk away don't even have meaningful relationships. I would rather a person that's married and has experienced marriage tells me about walking away than a person who's sleeping around with married men, sleeping around with married women, has side chicks everywhere, doing whatever it is that they're doing, and then come around and talk to me about leaving the person that I'm with just because they think that's the right thing for me to do. You talk about living marriage. This is why you have a lot of women that have left their marriages and still sleeping around with people that with married men. What did you leave your marriage for? You left your marriage for toxicity, and what you did is something that is honorable. Sleeping around with somebody, sleeping around with your coworker now has become more honorable than having your marriage. It's less toxic sleeping with somebody's wife or husband than it is being married to somebody that is challenging your character, that is trying to build you up, that is trying to get you to a certain level. I think that this narrative needs to stop. This idea of always trying to tell people to walk away every time something happens just because you saw 1, 2, 3, 4 people that where it ended miserably, where something happened. You don't know what happened to them. You don't know what the problem is. You've heard this story, you've heard that story, but just because you see some people do that and you come and conclude it's because of whatever it is that you think it was. People have different reasons for doing the things that they did. Everyone has that. It's not the relationship that became toxic. Some people have that kind of temper that they need to work on. Some people have that kind of attitude that they need to work on. You can't just come and keep banking everything on walking away. You must understand that marriage is always under attack. And the sad part is even people from the pulpit are preaching that people must leave. And I'm not talking about these Facebook preachers who are not even qualified to talk about anything. I'm talking about people that run churches, that are in the pulpit doing what they're supposed to do. They are encouraging people to leave. They're encouraging people to walk away. They're telling people when it becomes toxic, walk away. What is that toxicity? That's one thing that you need to understand. What is that toxicity that you keep talking about and allowing people to always walk away when something happens? Marriage and relationships are under attack because the devil knows that under the institution of marriage, you're going to raise children that are going to fear God, that are going to be meaningful to society. But once you throw marriage away, the setup is different. It becomes difficult for you to raise the kind of children that you need to raise, and in the end you lose a generation. But we have these small boys and girls and even elderly people talking about, no, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to do whatever. It's okay to do whatever. No, it is not okay to walk away from a relationship except for infidelity, except for disrespect. And that kind of disrespect doesn't have to be the kind of disrespect where somebody made a mistake and said something to you, or where somebody made a mistake and behaved a certain way. No, actually, according to the Bible, the only thing that allows you to walk away is unfaithfulness. But you stand and you start twisting this thing so it can suit your weakness. You are just a weak generation that is looking for ways to jump. Because if it was toxicity that you were looking for, why would you quickly jump into another relationship? Why would you quickly jump into hooking yourself with somebody that you know already has somebody else? Why are you doing all these things? Because you are toxic. That's the reason why you find it easy. You are weak in this generation. That's the reason why you keep jumping from this one and this one in the name of I'm walking away from toxicity. Change the narrative.